Well, folks, it's been a while since I've done a coffee time video here. And today seems like as good a day as any for, trying to do one because, well, I just got back from a trip out to the East Coast to visit my brother, which was, and his wife, which, are, they're a good couple, and it was, nice to talk to them for a few days, see what life is like, out in where they live, and it was good to talk to them, and I kind of made friends with their cat, and we went to see the National Aquarium, which was fun, and if I'd have thought about it before I turned the camera on, I might have brought in the nice felt hat I got while I was there, but I'm still kind of doing, all these, videos and stuff the way I always do, and didn't really, think before I, hit the record button, but, well, I guess that's kind of on brand for me. So, yeah, it was a good trip, out east, and it might be a while before I go again, because, well, kind of got to fly to get there in a reasonable amount of time, and I don't know if I'm particularly fond of flying. But yeah, had fun on the trip. Did some interesting things. Now, if you've been following my written blog for years, for the last few years, you probably know I do usually do a series of posts of pictures and stuff I took along the way, but didn't do an awful lot of photography this year, so there's really not gonna be any of that. At least not this year, not this last most recent trip. But yeah, so really this couple of minutes here where I have been talking about it is about really all I can say or do for my big vacation this year. Um, but it's one of those things where I'm actually going to move on to be a little bigger of a topic here. Because it's been about a year since my dad died. And actually, if I remember correctly, the official date was, or the official date is October 7th, which was yesterday as I'm recording this. So it's been, quite literally a year since, since he passed on us, and well, it's one of those things where, yeah, there are things that are getting easier and things that aren't so much. Um, I remember telling people, repeatedly over the last year that I know he wouldn't have wanted me to, or wanted any of us really to, sit around, dwelling on it and thinking about it too hard, and I've tried not to, do that. I've tried not to, very much, but at the same time, for me personally, what I've needed more than anything for quite a while now is some time to just sit and think and try to get my head around some of this stuff. And aside from making this video today, that's kind of what I've been doing with this one last day before I got to go back to my day job. And well, there are some things that have gotten easier, a little bit over the last year or so, and some things that really haven't so much. Still got some, old tackle boxes and stuff, from his fishing equipment to go through. I have, you know, one more, blog post on that to kind of get ready. Yeah, it's a good thing I, kept all the pictures I took for that on my phone because, when I was going through all of that, I didn't think to keep the new ones separated from the old ones, so I'm gonna have to, kind of work off my phone when I'm, getting all that ready to, post and all that. But yeah, so I still have, a couple more things to sort through, and I'm probably gonna wait until the weather actually starts getting all wintry on us, which is really not all that far away now. Because, well, like I'm saying, it's first week of October here, which means the snow and cold weather and all that is coming up on us, which I have a feeling this fall and winter are going to be the uh, tough one because like last year this time we were all busy with the stuff you got to do like right after something like this happens, and well, this year we're not so much, which means we're gonna have a little more time to uh, actually pay attention to the fact that hey, it's duck season, it's deer season, it's whatever, all the stuff you like to do this time of year, and it's gonna be a little tougher this year, I think, to get my for me at least, it's gonna be a little tougher to get my head around the idea that he's actually not here to do any of that. And for as tough as fall is going to be, I think winter might actually be a little more difficult this year because my dad really liked ice fish, and well, in a month and a half anyway, we could actually be getting ready for all of that. But because that's middle of November, Thanksgiving time. We've had enough ice on lakes, for that kind of thing by Thanksgiving some years, and I don't know if this year will be one of them, but we'll certainly find out. Good news is, I think we've already, gotten most of that particular, tackle taken care of, and you know, um, some of it's actually already been, donated to. There's a program run by the Game Fish and Parks here that, you can donate stuff like that to, and I guess, some of the donated stuff got found, I forget where exactly, by somebody, and they, called my mom and thought they were finding, well, it was his stuff, but, it had been donated to somebody that I forget where they went with it and, left it, and it was, whoever found it was, is going to get to keep it, and I hope they get good use out of it, and, get at least as much enjoyment out of it as we did. And something tells me we might have, well, I'm actually kind of hoping not, that we don't actually find somebody who does that with, the ice fishing stuff, but, it's good to know that stuff's getting used. But, so that's kind of where we are with that, and, for me personally, one thing I've been trying to do is get back on, the exercise routine I used to do with my dad all the time, and really couldn't the last, year probably he was around, and so I sort of fell out of the habit on that, and didn't really start, picking that back up until middle of September, really here. So I'm hoping I can get back more with that, because I think it does help with maybe not the weight issues, but it does make it easier to get around, and makes my legs hurt less when I'm on my feet as often as I am, as much as I am. So there's that. So I'm working on that, because it not only does it help with like life and with the basic life in general things I gotta do, but it's kind of helped me get motivated with some of the other stuff I do here online too, because I've got a big stack of JM Tries videos I kind of want to get on with here. I've actually got a couple items in the fridge that I want to get to as well, and I might actually try to get to those here later on this evening, and see what I can do there. But I'm not necessarily promising anything here, but I'll at least try to get on with that, and I'll when I do finally get to it, I'll try to do a little explanation for what I think I'm going to do going forward there. And let's see here, what else? Writing projects. I've got like I was saying, I've got that one Tacklebox blog I want to get taken care of, and then there's a bit of fan fiction, the video game stuff I've been doing, and as always, I'm hoping to get on with those and having those up and ready to go rather than later, and we'll see how all that works out. I'm really hoping getting some movement on some of that will help, and having my head around some of the other life stuff that's been going on here lately is probably going to help getting that movement. And we'll just see from there. And like one other thing that has helped is back in August I actually got myself a different vehicle, because one I'd been driving for years now was kind of on its last legs, and it was good to go ahead and just get that taken care of. And I'm not necessarily saying that wouldn't have happened if my dad were still around, but I think actually getting on with it might have been a little easier, since he passed, because I had the money, but some of which is actually stuff he set aside from quite a long time ago now, because my parents actually helped my brother get a car when he moved out to the East Coast, and they set aside roughly an equal amount of money for me to do the same. And I think reminding him of that might have been difficult, because he was not well in any sense the last 6 months of his life anyway, and I think making that point, reminding him of that and making my point might have been more difficult than I would have liked. So just having a different vehicle and being able to get out and do things on my own again is probably going to be a good big help for, certainly for me, and I would hope for a lot of other people that are still involved with all this too. So that's now that I say this, I'm gonna have to check out my written blog again, just to see if I've managed to get the one I know I had pictures from actually a couple of weeks ago now, or at this point it might actually have been closer to a month, but it's one of those things where I'll have to look and see. But the more I talk about this, the more I get all this in my mind again. I'm starting to think that, yeah, maybe things are getting a little easier on a lot of fronts here, and that's a good thing. So yeah, I'm think I'm just gonna wrap this up here. As always, there's a good chance I'll come back again and talk about more of this later if I think I need to, or perhaps when I think I need to. But we'll see how all that works out. But yeah, for now I'm gonna wrap this up and kind of get to work on some of this other stuff. And until then, I will see you when I see you. And have a good however long, everybody. Talk to you later. Have a good however long.